You've been programmed your entire life to trade time for money, to stay stuck at the job you hate, and to live paycheck to paycheck while inflation destroys your savings. But what if you could break free and start building real income today? I started a remote cleaning business from scratch and scaled it to over $40,000 per month, and I did it all from my laptop without ever having to scrub a toilet myself. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 simple steps that you can take right now to start your own remote cleaning business and escape the 9-to-5 grind. So the first thing you need is the business phone number. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this matters more than you think. When someone calls your personal number asking about cleaning services, what does that say about your business? It says you're not professional, you're not established, and you're probably not going to be around long term. But when they call a dedicated business line with a professional voicemail, it immediately positions yourself as a legitimate company, even if you're just starting out. Here's what a business phone number does for you. First, it keeps your business separate from your personal. You don't want clients calling you at 10 p.m. on a Sunday because they mixed up your numbers. Second, it looks professional when a client calls. Third, it lets you track all your business communication in one place. And fourth, you can set up professional voicemails that builds trust before you even talk to the client. So the good news is you can do this basically completely free now using Google Voice. This takes about 10 minutes, costs nothing, and you can get a dedicated number for your business that forwards to your personal phone. Here's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to download Google Voice. You're going to pick a local number in your area code, and you're going to set up a professional voicemail message. The voicemail is crucial because most of your calls will come when you're at your day job or you can't answer, and your voicemail needs to sound professional and gives clients confidence that you'll give them a call back quickly. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen right here, and this is Google Voice. Google Voice is basically what we just talked about. This is the professional phone plan that's really easy to use. You're going to come in here, type it in, and you're going to sign in. Once you sign in, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the inside. So once you have your own number, you go through the sign up process. Like I said before, you'll have this interface. It'll also be on your phone. What you can do really simply here is you can make calls, you can message, you can have voicemail. It's all archived in here. Very easy to use. And this is now going to serve as your business line, right? So now you have separation between the two platforms and you can use this exclusively. Next, you need to do pricing research. And this is where most people mess up before they even start. Here's what happens when you don't do pricing research. When someone calls and asks, how much do you charge? You panic. You either quote too high, you could lose the client, you quote too low, you make no profit. Either way, very frustrating experience. Pricing research gives you confidence to close deals without discounting, and it helps position you correctly in the marketplace. Here's why this matters so much. If you price yourself as the cheapest option, you will begin to attract the worst customers who are looking for the cheapest option possible. They're a nightmare to work with. They complain about everything. They don't tip, and they'll drop you the moment they find someone for $10 cheaper. But if you price yourself in the middle to upper range, you attract clients who value quality and service and convenience over saving a few dollars. These are the clients who become long-term recurring clients and refer their friends. The process is simple, but you need to be thorough. You've got to Google cleaning services in your area, find 5 to 10 competitors, and look at their pricing for all of their packages. But don't just look at their pricings, look at how they present themselves. Are they professional? Do they have good reviews? What services do they offer? This starts to tell you what the market expects and where you can potentially differentiate. Okay, so now I'm showing you an example of what aggregating this data could look like, right? We've got everything organized by market, service areas up top here. We've got different companies that I'm not using their names for privacy concerns, but I'm using companies' names here. I'm finding out the information for their different packages, and I'm going to find multiple, right? We don't want to just find one. We're taking notes on their service. We're getting all this information together. That way we can make an informed decision about where we're about to begin, okay? It's a comprehensive. This is not an accident when we find out this information. This is very thorough, okay? So after having gone through it, I can see what the clear ranges are for the price points, where my packaging is, what kind of discounts people are offering, and this becomes the foundational element of how I position my own company. The next step is posting your cleaner job ads, and this is where the remote business model really comes together. And here's why you do this now, before you even have your first client. You need to have a cleaner ready before they book. Otherwise, you're stuck doing the cleaning yourself, which defeats the entire purpose of building a remote business. I see people make this mistake all the time. They get their first client, they never find the cleaner. There's 2 things that end up happening. Either they end up hiring someone very unqualified, cleaning goes badly, they get a bad review, their business gets damaged before it even starts, or they have to do the cleaning themselves, which is the whole point of what we're trying to avoid. So you want to have 2 to 3 qualified cleaners ready to go before your clients start calling. That way you can book them immediately and deliver great service. My favorite places to post are typically on Craigslist, Facebook groups, Nextdoor communities, and Indeed. These are all platforms where experienced cleaners are ready and looking for work. On your ad title for your cleaners, you should outline the city that you're operating under, that it's a cleaning company, and that you're looking for hiring experienced cleaners. But the headline is just the beginning. Your job description needs to attract attract quality cleaners and filter out people who are not serious. So here's what you're really looking for. You want years of cleaning experience in the residential space. You don't want to train someone from scratch. You can't really do that with the independent contractor model either. You need to have reliable transportation. They need to get to jobs consistently. They need to be available during reliable hours, right? So Monday through Friday, business hours would be a good one to start with. And they have to pass a background check. Clients need to trust who's in their home. But here's the key. You also want to attract cleaners who want to work for a professional company, not anyone looking for just quick cash. And by having a really good job description, that is going to start to position you as an established company, even though you're just starting. You're starting to attract cleaners that want that stability and professionalism if you start to present yourself that way with the requirements that you have. And if you just think about it, right? Like if someone sees a lot of criteria, yes, on the one hand, it is a lot, right? Someone's going to say to themselves, oh my God, there's so many requirements here. Like, I don't want to do this. That's actually a good filter, right? You're getting people that would have been really lazy, not have paid attention to details, and not have gone the extra effort to not even apply. So having some sort of friction added to the job process is actually benefiting you from filtering out qualified leads. So when these qualified candidates actually respond, your screening process is crucial because it's the first time they're going to be in contact with you. First, I would touch base with them. I just want to know some basics. How long have they been cleaning? Confirm their resume. What types of properties? Do they have references? Second, check on transportation. Do they actually have a reliable car? Are they comfortable driving to different neighborhoods across town? And then third, I would set up a quick interview now. This tells you about their communication skills, professionalism, and whether or not they can be committed to a time and show up somewhere. You obviously need to have all those elements because they're going to be representing your company. And then after that process, if they pass the interview, you'll have to have an onboarding process where they have to get their contract signed, a background check has to be cleared, and you have to collect insurance from them before they can actually have a test clean and get started with your company. And once you've done that, you now have the capability of having a cleaner on your team. They can do the job and you can manage everything from your phone and you can get paid. That's the remote cleaning model that's working. Again, you're not cleaning, you're the one running the business. You are the coordinator, the quality control, the customer service, the business development. Your network of cleaners are actually the field team executing the service. Now, after you have your cleaners, it's time to get your first clients. I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way to do it without spending a dime on advertising. So this next step is really making your warm market list. We've talked about this on the channel before, and this is where most people make a huge mistake. They think they need to start with talking to absolute strangers, cold calling people that they don't even know, posting ads, trying to convince people who don't know or trust them with their homes to be clean. Now, while yes, that can work, if you have nothing and you're trying to start minimally, that's backwards. You should start with your warm market with people who already know and trust you because that's the fastest way to get clients. So what I mean by that is getting friends, families, coworkers, neighbors, classmates, people from your gym, church, community groups, former colleagues, literally anyone you've had a conversation with recently or in the past year. These people trust you, and trust is the biggest hurdle in the cleaning business. Think about it. Letting someone into your home with keys is a big deal. Trust is everything. But here's where most people will mess up. They'll assume their market won't be interested, or they're just embarrassed to ask, or they think it's unprofessional to start with people they know. And to me, that's employee thinking, right? Entrepreneurs use every advantage they have and resource, and your existing relationships are your biggest advantage in this position. So you do not need to overthink this. Don't worry about whether they'll say yes. Don't skip people because you assume they wouldn't be interested. You'd be surprised who needs cleaning help or who's willing to help you get your first client. I had a student who skipped their wealthy neighborhood because he assumed they already had customers, and turns out his next door neighbor was looking for someone reliable for months and honestly became their most long-standing client, paying $300 per month for services. And to me, it's the mindset shift you need. You're not begging for business, right? You're offering a real solution to a real problem, right? Helping busy people get their time back so they can focus on what matters to them is what you're really delivering. So with that, you're going to want to send an outreach message, and those exact words you will use here will determine whether people will respond or ignore you. Most people mess this up because they think they have to be too salesy or too apologetic. They either sound super desperate or they sound like they're bothering somebody. So the key is to be confident but casual, professional but personal. You're not selling, you're sharing an opportunity and asking for help. Here's the exact message that works. Hey, name, and you can add something personal if you wanted to. I just launched a professional cleaning company servicing the area. I'm offering special rates for friends and family this week, this month, whatever you want to do. Know anyone who could use help with their cleaning. And let me break down why this works so well. First, I just launched a professional cleaning company, positions you as the business owner, not someone looking for side work. Second, serving this area. This shows you're local and trying to establish within the community. And then third, special rates for friends and family this week. That creates urgency and makes them feel important, like a VIP. And then fourth, know anyone who could use help. This is the key. You're asking for referrals, not directly selling. This removes pressure and makes this easy for them to help you. And oftentimes, they'll actually want cleanings themselves, and it's actually the indirect, direct way of selling this. So here's the execution strategy. Get a list of 50 to 100 people you know right now. Do not send them a copy copy paste message, personalize them, mention something specific that's tailored to them. That will increase your ability to get responses. Or you can even just have a conversation first, like ask them how they're doing. I would send these during the pockets of during lunch and after work. Those are the highest response rates from what I've found, as well as the weekends you could probably send this. If they don't respond in a couple days, you can follow up just once, something like, hey, just wanted to make sure you got my message about the cleaning company. No pressure at all. Just thought you might know someone who could use help. And if you do this exercise, you send it to 50 or 100 people, you'd be surprised. You'll probably get around 2 to 5 people that either connect you with someone who needs cleaning or needs cleaning themselves. But again, that might not sound like a lot, but if a client's worth $200-$300 per month, if they become recurring, this is thousands of dollars a month. One example that happened just this week was one of my clients, Trey. He was able to do this exact strategy and landed a client worth $1,000 within his first couple days of implementing this, just from sending a warm outreach message. The beauty of this approach, again, it costs nothing, takes minimal time, and leverages the trust you've already built with people over the years. So again, just to recap, you can get your business phone in about 15 minutes. You can do your pricing research in a couple hours. You could get your cleaners hired by posting jobs and running interviews and onboarding them within a week. And you can have your warm go-to-market strategy within days. And within a very, very short period of time, you can have a business that's already generating cash flow. Now, if you want my complete system with extra help, click the first link in the description to learn more. And my suggestion to you is stop waiting for the perfect time. Obviously, as I just described, this wasn't some perfect model. This was just taking action, knowing what to do, and doing it regardless of whatever is, externally affecting you in that moment. So take action today, and I'll see you on the other side of financial freedom.